Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I'm here to talk to y'all about the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Before I get into it, I remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if you're not already subscribed, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. Yeah, I think that's it. Instagram as well, and Facebook, if I didn't say it already. All those links down there and the little ticker down below. So without further ado, just make sure I show some love. All right, and without further ado, let's get into it. So this might be a shorter review than usual on my YouTube. I usually try to go a little bit in double-digit minutes, but I wanted to do this one here because first of all, a little bit of history with my background with How to Train Your Dragon. So I had like very little interest in seeing this movie, the original one, the animated one, when it first came out. I had little interest in seeing it. I was like, okay, I mean, that's just a movie. I don't really want to see that. But this movie came out, the original, the animated one came out in 2010. And that's the same year Toy Story 3 came out. And so I remember when the Oscars was happening that year, stay with me, right? Both Toy Story 3 and How to Train Your Dragon were nominated for an Oscar. And when How to Train Your Dragon won, I was like, what the fuck? Toy Story 3 was fantastic. What damn shitty looking movie is that? I was like, what is that? What is this How to Train Your Dragons? How is it that good? Right. So of course, I think my mom ended up buying the DVD because she wanted to watch it or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me check this movie out. And I was very thoroughly impressed by that film. So much so that I was very excited for the second one. And by the time the third one came out, I was a fan. I watched the animated series. I got emotional towards the end of this first movie. I thought it was great. I thought it was well done. And again, the ending, I'm not going to say spoiler alert. This movie came out in 2010. The remake just came out earlier this year. They're practically the same movie. But anyway, when Hiccup lost his leg at the end of the first one, at the end of the movie, my first time seeing it, I was like, yo, what the heck? Like, this movie has consequences. It just went deep. Like, you don't, at the time, it wasn't really commonplace where you see an animated film take such a big mature swing in their big movie like that. It's not very often you see something like that. So to actually see that play out in the animated movie, I was like really surprised. Like I said, it made me a fan and everything. So fast forward to when like I said, I was a fan of the whole trilogy. I loved it. Yeah, it was one of my favorite DreamWorks trilogies. So when they announced the live action one, I was like, well, what the hell is the point? I'm thinking like, just like everybody else did. I was like, well, what the hell is the point? Why are they making a live action How to Train Your Dragon? That movie just came out. Like, it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are they going to do? Like, so I was patient. I looked, I saw what they were doing with this movie. And it's very easy just watching the trailers for the live action movie. And seeing the marketing and seeing some of the designs, especially with and some of the shots they do. Like when that first trailer came out for the live action adaptation, which is what I'll be referring to from now on, so I don't have to keep specifying. Yeah, I was like, yo, like that looks like the exact same. Like the first trailer looked like the first trailer for the animated one. And I was like, yo, this is gonna be the same movie, shot for shot. What's the fucking point? Right? I was a little back and forth on seeing it in theaters. I didn't, because I was like, I'm not going to waste my money watching the same movie in theaters that I could watch at home. It looked like the same movie. Everything looked shot for shot. The designs of the dragons looked the same. I was like, there's nothing telling me that I should see this. I'm going to get a different experience. So it ended up on Peacock, which is where you can watch it now, a couple months back. And so, of course, I got my Peacock subscription. Decided to sit down and I decided to watch it. Of course. And I will say this immediately about the movie. Now that I've given y'all story time, the background, the backstory of what I'm about to say, I was thoroughly impressed by this film. Like, thoroughly impressed. I thought I was going to sit here and be like, yo, shot for shot, the exact same thing. What's the point? And I'm not going to lie. At first, I kind of was. I was like, yo, what the heck? This is the same movie. Why why would anybody spend their money seeing the same thing that they can watch at home, that they probably have on DVD, that they can watch on demand on FX or something? Like, why would they do that? And then I'm watching this movie, and like I said, at first those were my thoughts, but as I'm watching it, I'm seeing what little elements, like really tiny elements that they changed in this movie to make it a little better. And it wasn't nothing like big. It was no huge thing. It was literally, and I'll get to exactly what it was, but it was one or two small things that they changed. And I was like, wow, that actually, okay, that's cool. That fits in the story. And then just like seeing how faithful they were, honestly, because I thought, with them getting Gerard Butler back, and he was the voice of Stoic in the animated one, so he reprises his role here. And it's just like, okay, I mean, I guess, stay with the actor that can do it the best. But my concern was just like Jay Baruchel has such a specific voice, and he has a very specific way he played Hiccup. I'm like, what kid are they gonna get? What person are they gonna get? And this is where I'm introduced to Mason Thames, who does an amazing job as Hiccup. Like, he embodies this role so well that at times he starts to not just sound like Jay Baruchel, but he starts to embody the actual physicality and movements of Hiccup, the animated character. Like, it's so crazy. So at first I'm just like, oh, okay, it's like a stage play, like a reenactment or something. Like it's just like that. Like, I'm telling you, it starts just like that. But as you watch it, you see these actors and these actresses. Nico Parker playing Astrid. I forgot the other guy's name, but he was in Deadpool 2. He's a little fat kid in Deadpool 2. You also got Nick Frost as Goober. Goober, that's his name. Donker, something. I forgot. It started with a G. I had it in my head, but I forgot it. The actors and actresses who play Rough Nut and Tough Nut and what's it? It's another one. I forgot the other kid's name. I forgot. They all got like, I don't know, like not like names, but like whatever. But yeah, so I see like all these actors and actresses who are portraying the main characters, as well as the ones who are portraying the background characters. I'm seeing the set design. I'm seeing how the lines are being read. And it's like the same amount of care is put into this movie. No one feels like they phone it in. It does look a little silly, I will say, at times, because they're Vikings, and with the animated one being so vibrant and what you can do and achieve in character design with animation, you translate that to live action. Now everything always translates well. But I would say everything translated very, very well, especially the story. Like, the story translated so well, and it's like it does the original justice. And that was always my biggest concern with this movie. And I was proven wrong about it not being justifiable. It's just going to be bad. It's going to be shot for shot. So what's the point? And while again, like, I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not shot for shot, the exact same movie, just with a live action filter, but it is it is good, y'all. Like, it was so good that even the part that I mentioned earlier, at the end when Hiccup loses his leg, I've seen that animated one countless times. I know that part. That part still does strike a chord with me sometimes when I watch it, but I'm just like, oh man, that's just how cool it was. When I saw it translated into live action, my heart dropped as if I was watching this movie for the first time. Again, I felt like I was watching this movie for the first time when he got up out the bed, his leg was going. I was like, yo, this movie is actually impressive. Like, it was fun to watch. It was really good. And I was excited. I'm excited for the sequel. Because they're doing How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I want them to do 3 as well. Like, I'm excited. I hope they get Cate Blanchett. I believe it was Cate Blanchett who voiced Hiccup's mom in the second one. I hope they get her back for it. I hope they can get Jimon Hansu back. He was the villain in the second one. Yeah, I hope they can get Jimon Hansu, or even maybe Winston Duke to play the bad guy. And for the second one, like, I'm excited to see how they translate all the things because the second one really upped the ante. And then with Hiccup getting a beard and being older, and Stoic getting killed by Hiccup, not Hiccup, by Toothless. Again, do not sit here and say spoiler alert. These movies have been out for years. I don't know. Like, I'm really excited for the next one. Like, the dragons translated well. Hiccup. I mean, not Hiccup. I keep saying Hiccup. I mean to say Toothless. Toothless has job security for the rest of his life because they literally just copied and pasted his CGI design and just put a live action filter over it. Like this movie was good, like surprisingly very, very good. And I was very impressed by what they did with this film. One of the small changes I mentioned earlier is that they gave Snotlout was his name. They gave Snotlout like this like background plot with like his dad. And that wasn't in the original one. And I kind of like how they did that because it gave him a little bit more depth to his character. And I liked that. Let's see. I mean, other things that like this is honestly the best live action remake that I mean remake, not like something that was like, it was live action, but it's like the backstory on the character. No. I mean like live action remake. This is the best live action remake I have seen. In all honesty. How to Train Your Dragon of the recent ones that have come out. All right, because there's probably a couple of real good live action adaptations that we forgot are live action adaptations. There are a few movies like that. We'll talk about those eventually. But yeah, this was good. This was solid. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, yeah, it's a good watch. Like I said, everything translates well. I really don't have any other notes outside of, I mean, I'm glad I saved the ticket money because it's still the same exact movie. But at the same time, that's a pro and a con. Like, as a pro, because it's like you cannot make an already perfect story better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you got the original director and writers and stuff like back for this. Like, it's like we're not going to really try to change much, but we're going to make it worth watching, and we're going to put just the same amount of love and care into this live action adaptation as we did into the animated version when we were telling this story for the first time, and it shows. And that's why I'm excited. Like I was saying to people, like I thought this one was so good, I really might see the second one in theaters. I might pay for it. And I've seen the second one. Man, that's one of my favorite movies. Fun fact: one of my favorite movies of my top 30 movies is How to Train Your Dragons 2. I think the second one is a masterpiece. Like, it's so good. But anyway, yeah, that's really all I got to say about this movie. My rating for this film, I'll give it I give it like a 4.8 out of 5 stars. Okay, like I said, it's good. It's one of the better ones. I talked about Lilo and Stitch over on my Instagram. So if you want to hear about that one, make sure you go to the Instagram and give us a follow while you're over there. Check out that review. But yeah, this is honestly, this is in my top 10 for the year. I will say that, and I'll try to get a top 10 list out for the year, soon. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. So How to Train Your Dragon, the live action version, is now streaming on Peacock. Make sure you check it out. And if you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, follow us on social medias and all that good stuff. Train your dragons well. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. Peace. Oh, wait, before I go, I do want to say they did capture very, very well the dynamic between Hiccup and Toothless, especially with the one flying scene when they were flying through the air, and Hiccup first gave Toothless the tail and everything, the fix for his tail. That whole flying scene, like it wasn't as exhilarating, but it was still good. Okay, I just had to get one out before I went. All right, peace.